I'm sorry, guys. We had some technical difficulties. Jacob is still on dial-up. Uh, I mean, literally. We've been testing for a couple of minutes, and we still had the struggles to get this on. But hey, we are in on the first chapter of the Hustle Night show. Actually, this whole idea was originated because a joke Jacob made on his merch group, and chatting about it, and we are like, man, this actually could be a great idea, and we've been talking about it until we are like, yeah, let's do this, and uh, everything originated because you were on, I interviewed you for your Etsy app, and you were telling people in your membership group that you were on my show, right? Something like that.
Yeah.
And it was like it was nuts, and I was like, "What show, man?" It was just an interview.
Yeah, I don't know. I like just thought of a show, so I just said show, and well, here we are.
Here we are. Now we're gonna be doing this. I mean, we have a couple of people now confirmed for the next couple of days. Hopefully, we will get this going at least 3 times a week. Now, if we were to call this a show, originally the idea is to have it Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, but today is Monday. So if we go with TV guidelines, today's the pilot. So we will figure it out how this is going to work for the best. And this is not one of those typical webinars, we're going to try to sell you something. It's not the whole intention. We're actually going to talk business about, how we can do better in our business. And we're going to try to get also the human perspective of things, how things operate, and how we can do better in our day-to-day business. Of course, 9 p.m. Central Time is probably the time that works the best for all time zones. I know it's a little bit late now for the East Coast, but being like, and actually this is worldwide sometimes, so I don't even know what time is the perfect time. So Jacob, tell us a little bit about yourself.
I started with Amazon FBA. I was sourcing for a big time FBAer. I jumped into merch. Jumped on Gumroad, started selling on products on Gumroad. Hopped on Etsy now. I have a Kindle book. There's a lot of things you can do to make you money. A lot of different things I never realized. 2 years ago, I would have never known any of this was possible.
How old are you, Jacob?
How old am I?
Yeah.
I'm 20.
So I could be your dad.
You could be my dad.
I could be your dad easily, huh? I'm 40.
You could be my dad.
Yeah, and here we are, right? Talking like business to business guy. The internet has no age, does it?
No, it really doesn't. I grew up on the internet. My uncle's a graphic designer. He was for 33 years for Ohio's biggest newspaper. And at 12 years old, he sat me down and taught me Photoshop. So I started using computers early.
My first computer was an Atari computer around 1986 or something like that. Can you imagine that?
I wasn't around yet, but that
I wasn't around yet. I mean, that was my first computer, and then I had a Tandy computer, which I don't even think had a memory bigger than a megabyte or something like that. It was everything ran on floppy disk at the time. It was my first video game I ever played in a computer was King of Persia. All it took was 4 buttons on my keyboard to jump, run, shoot, and jump, and hide. That was it. 4 buttons, and that was a complex game. That was like, whoa, computer games, right? So yeah, it's the computers have evolved. I started selling when eBay opened. Was probably one of the first one. Being an avid toy collector, eBay was the perfect opportunity for me. I was living in South Texas, McAllen, Texas, where there was not really any store where I could buy, good collectibles. I had to go to San Antonio or Houston for me to find a good collectible. So when eBay came around, it was like paradise for us toy collectors. We were going there, and then I quickly realized that I had bought too much stuff. Then I started selling. And me being, just across the border from Mexico, was able to get toys that were, at the time was There were some toys that were coming from Episode One, Star Wars, and they were bilingual toys. And the chip, they will speak with a gun or something. And I found a good market for those things, and that's when eBay for me took off. But you were around in 1998, right?
Yeah, I was around. I don't remember it, but I was around.
What was your first experience online, Jacob?
Selling online?
Yeah.
Let's see. It was in 2014. No, not 2014. 2011. There was actually this old tech website, and you could have profile pictures and banners, like on your profile. And in the forums of that site, I actually created a little shop, and people would pay me like $4 to create them a header and a profile picture. So that was my first selling experience online. So it was about 6 years ago now.
Mm-hmm.
So 2011, 2012, not that long ago, but yeah, that was my first like shop, and it was just through the forums of this tech website that I really liked and followed.
I used to sell Yu-Gi-Oh cards online in 2006, and I will actually go play Yu-Gi-Oh tournaments, and I will win. Used so the kids will trade with me their trading cards, and so they later on I will go sell them on eBay or on a forum done in B Bulletin. And I remember paying actually a guy like you, to get me a banner. Used to have, in my B Bulletin profile that that I was a Yu-Gi-Oh champ, and I was like 26, 27 years old at the time, and probably 28. I was too old for that. I mean, I would look funny in the tournaments, but I didn't care. It was, I will be making about $1,000 a week just flipping Yu-Gi-Oh cards, going to tournaments, winning, and going back to eBay and selling them. And then I will buy cheap cards on on eBay, and then I will go and I will since I had a winning deck, my deck was built of cheap cards. That kids will be like crazy about them, and they will be like, "Man, I give you this card," and I'm like, and I would talk to the parents, say, "Are you okay with that?" It's like, "Sure." They wanted to them, those cards were useless, right? They wanted to have a winning deck. So I will trade, and I will get I will get cards, and I will sell, and I will buy, and I will sell, and I will sell, and that was so successful until I got married. My wife told me, it's time for you to stop doing Yu-Gi-Oh cards. I don't want to be asked, what is my husband doing for a living? And so she told me, I think it's time for you to go serious and on your corporate career. And I said, okay, it's time. Let's get a kid. Let's have a kid, and let's grow. But it was hard to let go of the online business. For me, eBay was from late 90s all the way to mid 2000s was a good source of income for me. It was disposable income because I had other income, but I never took it serious. I never thought I was going to be making a career out of that 10 years later. You say you saw Gumroad. What made you go to Gumroad?
The person who actually got me into merch, he was already selling on Gumroad. And one of the first things he's told me is, if you want to build an empire, start with an email list. Offer free stuff, throw something up there, just try to get some traction. And once you get an email list going, you can pretty much print money. As long as you're putting out good products and people keep coming, you have an email list and you can market to them. And whether you're growing groups, growing pages, selling products, pushing products, affiliate links, you can push to them, and you can really just start printing your money. That's what he told me. I was like, whoa, no, there's no way. Like, how are you making money? I was brand new to all this. I never really experienced this. And he was like, I have a product releasing next week. Come over. He's a local guy here. He was like, come over and watch my Gumroad when I release this. So he released it, and I was just like, sales, just sale. And I was just like, oh, like, this is real. Like, this is real money that you've earned at this point, that you put in the work for. And he's like, start with an email list, build.
How big is your list now?
On Gumroad, it's at like 3,600, I think.
You have it on Gumroad still?
Yeah.
It's time to move it, man.
I know. I have a couple other things. I've been ConvertKit I'm looking at. I have a ConvertKit account. I just haven't gone through with
Yeah, I have a ConvertKit account. I like it. I think there are better ones out there, but for the price, I think it's
Can't
what,
beat it.
29.99. I think it is something like
Yeah,
that.
it's
It's
not
pretty cheap.
expensive.
So it does what I need it to do. I mean, the sequences in ConvertKit are not as easy as you are in a different in other tools, especially now that a lot of these email campaign softwares now they're more like funnels the way you can set them up. So, but yeah, just the thought of moving from my ConvertKit to somewhere else, I'm not sure I want to do it. Uh, what about merch? What when do you decide you wanted to do merch?
It was late February, early March, 2016, and the guy I was working for, he was doing FBA. He was like, "Hey, you know how to do graphic designs? Like Amazon's printing shirts now. I've had an account since I think he was in from December, so not long after launch, and because he didn't have to apply, he automatically got an account, I believe." And because back in the day when merch first started, you didn't actually have to apply for an account. If you signed up, you got in, and then they took that privilege away. So I don't even think you had to wait for an account. And I was like, yeah, like I can do graphics design. Like I can do some stuff in Photoshop. He's like, well, here's this template. Start making designs and we'll split profits. And like by May, we hit like $2,400. And I already had an account of my own at that point, and I was like, this is crazy. 3 months, we had like 195 products up, and we made like $2,200 in May, and it was just like mind blowing. And then from there, we branched off. I started mine. He started his, or he kept going with his, and he was so big into FBA that he pretty much told me, take merch and run. Like I'll help you out. So he helped me get started, and I thank him all the time for it.
Nice.
So yeah, when I saw that $2,400 in the month, I wasn't going crazy. I wasn't busting out designs like crazy. I was like, this could really turn into something.
Yeah, when merch started, I think I have said the story before. You know, when merch started, Chris Green told me, hey, you know, of course, everybody who was in his list told us, hey, there is a new opportunity. It's called Merch by Amazon. I think it was October. And at the time, I was in a mastermind group, and we all decided that it wasn't a good idea to jump into merch. We started looking at the liabilities, you know, of copyright infringement and all that stuff. Me being, you know, my background being, you know, on contract law, you know, in the oil and gas industry, I was all into patents, copyrights, and stuff like that. I'm like, I don't think I want to carry liability insurance. We didn't know much about what merch was about, so we thought too much of it, you know, and we decided not to take the opportunity. And you know, it was until we saw all the people that actually took up the opportunity that Christmas, they were racking money, literally racking money. Then we were like, damn. And by the time we applied, it was around, I would say probably late January that we said, okay, let's go for it. They had already removed the privileges of, they made them now by invitation only.
Mm-hmm.
So I had to wait until like April to get my account. It was like 3 months of waiting. Actually,
Wow.
all my friends that applied at the same time, all of them got them way before me. And, and by the time I got it, I had no idea what to do. I mean, I knew how to do Photoshop because on my autograph collection, you know, that I will do, you know, trading cards for them to, you know, sign and stuff like that. But it was more like picture manipulation and some fun in there, here and there. But having graphic design, it was just bad for me. I started getting people on Fiverr because everybody, you know, in merch, the old people will say is like, oh yeah, get a graphic design in Fiverr. That's the way to go. It's only $5. I spent hundreds of dollars in junk because, you know, I come from the FBA world. I'm used to spending money to make money. So to me, it wasn't a big deal to spend money to make money. It was actually expected, you know, to do that. So when I went and started buying all these designs, you know, they were horrible. I mean, literally. Actually, let me see if I can find some of those. They were used bad. And, you know, but it's one of those deals that you have to, you know, get used to it. And then I finally move on into say, okay, let me start doing my own designs, and they were still horrible, but they started selling, right? And now I actually pretty much I have gotten better, but I outsource a lot of my designs now because it makes more sense. I started seeing that making a design for me would take me about 10, 15 minutes, and and that was a mediocre design. If I wanted to go very in detail, like using my Wacom and going more into detail, doing a good design, I was going like 20, 30, even an hour to do a
Mhm.
good design. And I'm like, I need to make $50 an hour for me to say I am actually making money a day, and me spending an hour or 30 minutes to do a design that was probably going to sell a couple was not logical. That was one of those deals that I'm like, okay, this is actually costing me money. If I can get somebody to do it for cheaper than this, with the same quality, I will be actually making money. Use on my opportunity cost. I don't even have to sell a design. Use by the time I'm saving, I'm actually making money because I can now invest my money, my time on something else. And that was my whole mentality, when I went and started, outsourcing. Do you outsource?
I actually have a team of designers now. So I communicate with the main guy, and then he has four designers behind him. So he's kind of like the head boss. He tells them what to do. We have a very detailed spreadsheet of what needs to be done when, how many designs it is, um, what the designs need to be, if there's certain sayings I want, if there's certain niches I want, niches, however you want to say it. Um, yeah, so I do outsource now. He's my private designer, and then some new things are coming with him very soon.
Yeah, we talked about it a little bit earlier. Okay, let me show you what I got. This was pretty depressing, man. Look, can you see that?
It's still on you.
Hey? Oh, so there we go.
There we go.
That
Let's see here.
that was one of the crappiest designs I got. That was my first design that I put on merch by Amazon. So absolutely none.
I don't imagine that sold.
No, it's all none. Uh, Actually, to see, I have a folder named failures. Okay, um, this one was horrible as well. Ah, okay, it's all black, so you won't see it. Funny. Oh, man, this one. It was a breastfeeding shirt.
A breastfeeding shirt.
Yeah,
That's
literally.
something. Oh my. What is that?
It's a baby eating from a breast.
I understand, but who did that?
A fiber person.
They couldn't even crop out the image right. I mean, there's just random lines of white. And
At the time, I didn't know best. For me, it
did
was
you
like,
upload that?
yeah, I did.
Oh,
I didn't know anything about this industry at the time, right?
yeah.
Let's see one more. Uh, oh man, this one. I never really understood what this actually meant. You think you can sell that one? Oh man, this one.
Don't try to understand me. I've already won.
Yeah,
Um,
this one you can actually see it, right? It's
yeah.
in G's. Okay, this one.
Take off the banner where it says your name. It says like your name and then screen.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Um,
So those were part of my 10 original shirts that I actually had, on live on my merch by Amazon. You know how long it took me to get to the next tier? A couple of months before I finally figured out that those shirts were never going to sell.
wow.
and I had 25 at the time. Remember when we started, the 25 original ones was things like that. Oh yeah, they approve it. uh, no, there's no for sale that one. I'm sorry, Kyle. Nah, I wouldn't even load that for a joke anymore.
I still can't believe that breastfeeding one. That was the worst crop job I've ever seen. That was absolutely pathetic.
Yeah, those were the original shirts. Well, actually, later on, let me show you something. Later on, my friend Jason actually said, "You know what? Give me that. Give me that design. Let me see if I can fix it a little bit." So no, this is not the one. This one, yeah, he did this. He removed it. It's like, okay, that looks a little better, but no, it didn't help, right?
It looks better, but now you just have a random scary hand holding a baby in the air.
Imagine that on a shirt, how it looked. It was that bad. You know, it was like this was more like a Halloween shirt, right? This is like how you call that hand in the Adams family? The thing?
What is that?
Yeah, I mean, this is literally the original, folder that thinks that, oh, this one was bad.
I'm sorry. Is that like Times New Roman font as well?
I have no idea, man. At least they gave me the source file in that one.
I mean, I don't know what would help. The
No.
recycle bin would help that one.
Yeah, I mean, that's how I started on Merch by Amazon. Okay. I actually give it a try long time ago, when Teespring was hot in around 2014 or something like that. And the Facebook ads were really cheap. I gave it a go to the print on demand industry for a couple of weeks. And I designed those designs. It was a bunch of trainings. Learn how to do ugly designs that sell, and I follow the guidelines. And of course, I didn't sell absolutely nothing there, and I gave up very quick. I only wasted money on a course, but that was my first experience on print on demand. Now I'm selling a lot of, making lots, but it took a while. I guess what you can say is that you gotta learn to fail before you learn to succeed, and I took that well. I mean, I completely failed at the beginning. Okay.
I actually remember trying Teespring. It was a while back, but it was to the point where it was like you had to sell so many shirts for it to go into production. I was just like, why do I need to sell X amount of shirts for them to be printed? I never understood that, so I gave up. I uploaded like 5 things. None of them went anywhere in like my first week, and I was like, I'm done. Not for me.
Yeah, I mean, I would sell 1 or 2, and then you needed like 15 or 20 to get them printed, and I'm like, I'm never gonna get that many sold. I just give up. Now I know that. Now I don't even think they have the rule anymore. Now you can they will print whatever you sell.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's how they work
now. Because all the competition that is around, and now they still have that calculator of how many will sell, but so Etsy is the new kid on the block. Everybody wants to go into Etsy. I mean, it's like the girl everyone wants to go ask out for the dance right now. How you doing in Etsy?
I love it. I actually just pulled it up because I had a feeling you were gonna switch gears to it. Right now, for my hasn't been 30. I've not been selling for 30 days. My first order came in on, other than my girlfriend bought something just to test it out. Plus, she liked the shirt. Other than that, my first real order was on September 28th or 29th. So we're at 19, 20 days in, and I'm at $692 revenue before shipping, and I actually make profit off of shipping as well. So not even a month in, if I look at my Printful account, my profit on Printful, let's see here, because Printful actually calculates in your profit.
Yeah.
let's see here. Gotta log in here. My profit in the last 28 days here on Printful is $350. So been selling for about 20 days, $350 profit. Not
It's
bad for my
promising,
first
huh?
month.
It's very promising. That one, I'm starting to like it. Haven't even done math right now on that one because I'm busy doing something else. But I'm starting to see. Actually, I was surprised on the shipping that yeah, you're right. I'm actually making money on the shipping. Uh, I thought Printful was gonna charge me the full amount, on the shipping, and they're charging me literally like $2.80 per shirt shipped. So I'm making about $2 and some change, every time I sell a shirt. I was
Just
surprised
from
about
shipping.
that. Yeah, just from shipping. I wasn't even expecting that to happen. Uh, I think that's something new because when I was selling in Shopify, I don't remember me making money on the shipping unless I had a different shipping setting back today. Uh, but something happened. I mean, even I saw a couple of shirts from California, and they hit me with sales tax. They will hit you with sales tax if they sell in California.
Hmm.
And even that, I still made money on the shipping because the sales tax was around 180. So I made about $1 in the shipping still, even with the sales tax. And I mean, right now I'm actually running a special. I decided to bump my price a little bit more and have a discount. So I generate the idea of a sale. More like we do in FBA, when we price high, or I'm sorry, in merchant fulfill, that we price a little high and then we price also in a discount price that gives you, like the discount deal. It's giving them on Etsy the discount deal. And I'm starting to see more sales because of and I'm running the sale only for a couple of days at a time.
Hmm.
So it makes them feel that, the rush, but what little they know that I'm planning to reactivate it again. But I'm starting to see more sales now that I'm giving that discount.
So me and Monty's my business partner. Monty and I talk to regularly. He came up with an idea, and so create a coupon code, and anybody that favorites one of your shirts, send them a message and send them a 10% off code. So on Printful, most of my shirts are the cheapy shirts. It's like 11 something is my final cost. Let's see if I can find one here. Let me look at my orders.
Or you're
Um,
using the cheap anvil?
yes, 1182, 1172, 1183. So it's like about 1180 is my cost. I get $25 from Etsy after shipping minus the fees. It's like 2403 or something along those lines after the fees. Send them a 10% off code. So anybody that likes your items, contact them, send them a message, go to their profile, send them a message with a link back to your store, thank them for liking one of your purchases, and kind of like push a coupon onto them. And I've actually had quite a few sales come in after pushing that because you give them 10% off. It's a $20 item. They get $2 off. You're at $18, and then you're at $23 after shipping. So you're really not losing any money because at the 1183, you're still making that $2, like you said, from shipping. So you're really just not getting the profits from shipping at that point. You're only making the profits from the shirt.
Yeah, I'm giving a 10% discount flat all around, but I bumped my prices about $1.50 more than I usually had. I had them for 24
Mm-hmm.
flat. Now I have it at 25.50, so I'm discounting $2.55, give or take. So I'm giving about a dollar discount from what I usually had them, and I'm seeing that. I hadn't thought about that. You're right. When people favorite them, I finally had my first favorite sale. Usually all the favorites never came back, and this one actually bought it because I've been cross referencing my favorites with my sales, and one actually converted. So that is a good start. Um, but yeah, definitely there is money on Etsy.
So do you run your 10% off your overall sale on your store for a certain amount of time, a certain amount of quantity? So they have to either order 2 shirts or 3 shirts or order
No, I
total.
have two
So
different promotions. I have one that is Any shirt right now in my store is 10% off. I could probably do it for more if I wanted to. Right now I'm doing it for 10% off. Probably once I come to Christmas, probably I will run a higher, a higher discount if I have to.
Hmm.
Depends on how the competition gets, how ruthless it gets, and if I'm getting the conversions I want, of course. Uh, and then I have another discount that I'm like, okay, you buy $75, I give you free shipping. I figure, that the shipping is 50 cents per each shirt extra. So if they're charging me $2.80 per each one on shirt, it's gonna be $4 for three shirts if I send them at $25 each. I am making about 30 some dollars already in profit, selling three shirts. I can eat $4 there. So
Another
what I'm
thing with that,
eh?
uh, if when someone's actually like browsing on your shop and looking at your design, scrolling through your shop, if you do have that eligible coupon for free shipping if they order so much, when they're scrolling through their shop next to the price, it will say eligible off orders ship free.
Yeah,
So that's encouraging because they'll look. The people want.
it's forcing them to
Um,
look to my store. So, but it only works if you have a good number of designs, and if you have a good number of designs in that niche. I noticed that I have a bunch of one-offs that, if somebody goes and buys, for example, a t-shirt, educational shirt, t-shirts, and all you have is unicorns, fireman and police shirts, they're not going to buy anything else, even if you give them that offer, because they were looking for educational products. They were not looking for, unicorns. Now, if they go on unicorns and you have 20 unicorn shirts, probably they will buy another two, or they're probably going to buy one for themselves, one for the daughters, and one, for a gift. I don't know, but you have to have more selection for your potential customer to say, I'm gonna go check what else they got to see if I'm interested on what else you have. So now I'm actually starting to to niche, or however you say that word, because nobody can make up their mind how you say niche, niche, nacha. I don't know. Uh, how do you say it?
I say niche, but I think the proper is niche.
I don't even how what I was saying. I was saying niche or niche. I don't remember.
Uh,
I'll remember. Okay, now I'm starting to niche my products to be able to offer more options so that people can take advantage of that sale. I don't know if it makes sense. And when I started, the first, I was only focusing on doing shirts. Now I'm going with a design, and shirt, hoodie, uh, onesie, and a long sleeve, and sometimes. Now you're talking about Nietzsche. That's a whole different guy. Uh, so I'm starting to give more options. Also, another thing that I'm starting doing is I'm starting doing the mommy and me kind of deal. I don't know if you're doing that. I create a shirt and I create a onesie that are connected one to another, and that's starting. I just had the first sale yesterday where somebody bought the shirt for the mom and somebody bought the onesie for the kid, and that generates an extra sale if you hit them where they feel the connection.
I actually had a women's large shirt sale, and then I have the same design on a kid's shirt, and it sold in a small and medium kids. So, guessing mom and then two kids.
Yes, sir. Niche.
Let's
Niche.
look here.
They're correcting us, man. Both of us are wrong.
So this is what I'm going to paste this in the comments here. This is the pronunciation on Google. You tell me how to say that.
I'm the guy with an accent here, dude. We're asking the wrong person right now.
Fair enough.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know how to say that word.
It's one of those words that you would probably, I don't know. Uh, Today I was actually testing uh, the grading, with Marmalade, and a lot of people are saying that they're spending a lot of money on refreshing the apps to get them back to A plus and stuff like that. Uh, if I change the whole title, even if I change one word, and I save it, I change the title, I publish it. But before I publish it, I remove all the tags,
Hmm.
and I remove the tags. Then I publish. Then I reopen it again, and then I run your tool, and I populate the tags again. I get a bump. If I had it at C now because it hasn't sold, I get it to a B plus.
Really?
It's not an A plus though, but I get a B plus. So I guess it's something to try. You start seeing, your listings to start losing, grading. Start, change it again, edit it, and it's gonna get a bump on your grading. I tested it today with 5 designs, and I got them back to B plus. But they were 2 were in a C, and 3 were already on D. Those were the original ones that I created, and so I wanted to test that, and it worked. At least on Marmalade, it worked. I don't know if it's gonna work on Etsy rank. I was talking today with one guy to email me, actually asking me that he is getting A pluses all across on Marmalade, but if he goes to Etsy rank, he's getting B pluses. Have you had that problem?
Yes, I've actually noticed rankings on Etsy rank are a lot different than on Marmalade, but it does appear that Marmalade is more tied in and updated to the Etsy SEO because it is a paid service. Etsy ranks free; they don't update as often. Etsy changes their SEO not regularly but frequently. Um, so I use Marmalade. When I was using Etsy rank for the first few days, I was not getting very many views, if any, not getting any favorites. I switched to Marmalade, started getting those to A pluses on their website, and it was like the tables turned. Sales really started coming in.
Yeah, I was gonna pull the trigger on Marmalade. My first month is due on October 31st, and today when I went and I started doing that is when I said, okay, no, Marmalade has to stay, because did I say Marmalade or Marmalade? I don't know, because it's starting to show me what keywords actually were clicked in their stats. So of all the tags, it will tell me, okay, you don't have 13 tags, you only have 10 tags, you need to add 3 more. What are you waiting for? And it tells me, hey, some of these tags are not in your title. You need to fix that. But then it tells me, okay, of these tags that you have, these 3 were clicked on X amount of times, and these tags are not generating absolutely no value. And I was shocked to see a shirt that was last week A plus, today is a C, and it's because only one keyword is actually giving clicks. And so now I'm starting to see the value of Marmalade to keep it, because that is something that I can correct now my listing. I can say, okay, these keywords are not generating me a sale. I need to test something else. Something else I learned today is that you gotta rank your keywords that go. The first keywords on your left are the most relevant. Those are the ones that you gotta that want to be searched first, and then the ones at the end are the ones that are gonna show the less on the search engine. So you gotta be more careful of where how you word your title, because what I was doing is I was leaving the printful description at the very front, because I thought, okay, let's see people see what I'm selling, and then I started getting all my keywords, and now I'm like, oh no, this thing needs to go probably towards the middle. I need to start with important keywords, at least for the first 5 tags.
Yeah, you can really start narrowing down. You can really start learning Etsy. That's what I really am liking about it because you can get tools for Amazon for merch and kind of see what's hitting, what's not. But you kind of have
Starting
to
to
do your
guess.
own research. Yeah, you have to have a good guesstimation. And on Etsy, I really have been enjoying like you can actually see like your detailed stats, how many people are actually viewing each item, or where's the traffic coming from, and that's something I'm really liking. And uh, as I've been going on, I can you can really start fine tuning your listings and really making them the best they can be.
Yeah, today the other day I was learning that I have a lot of traffic actually not coming from my Facebook ad, not coming from my Etsy ads, but they're actually coming through Google search. It seems my shirts are already showing on Google, and I'm like, I was like, oh, okay. So I guess I need to start, integrating my Google Analytics number because I ignored it. I didn't even install it. I didn't know how relevant that was for Etsy, but apparently it drives a lot of traffic to your store. To having a good uh, Google Analytics set up. Uh, we still have a lot to learn when it comes to Etsy. It seems.
Yeah, there's a lot to do in Etsy. I mean, it's been around for a while, but like right here on this listing, I can see that on which websites. So you can actually look at a listing and under the websites tag, which websites and search engines are shoppers your way. And 39 visits on this shirt have came from Google. This is my top selling shirt right now.
I we were having this conversation 3 weeks ago when we were having other conversation. We wouldn't be talking about Google because at the time we didn't know.
Yeah, I mean,
you know.
I'm no guru at Etsy. I'm not going to say I am.
Yeah.
I'm getting sales, but there's still a lot for me to learn.
Yeah, and we're making sales without even really knowing this platform. Imagine once we master it. I mean, the potential is huge. I mean,
Well,
right now we're using Printful because it's the easy integration that we have. It's the one that is helping us do the learning. But once we start learning a better process, what sells, how they sell, amount sales, we can find better solutions and better pricing for our products. And I mean, right now we're making money. Imagine how much we will make later on. Uh,
imagine once we invest as much time into Etsy as we have with merch.
yeah. Oh, the difference is I don't want my Etsy store to be the mess my merch is right now. I don't want to have more than 500 listings on my Etsy.
I agree.
I want to have people feel that they are going to an actual store and then that my designs are limited edition kind of deal, and once they don't sell, I don't renew them for the next 3 months and then I add something else. I want to keep that perception of brand. Because everything on Etsy has my brand, which is the same brand I have on Amazon and which is the same brand I have on merch. Right now, if you go to my merch by Amazon listings and you click on let's say one of my shirts, a Mermom shirt, and you click on my brand, it's going to take you to the same brand I have on my Seller Central. And when you will find that design, the Mermom shirt design, you will find it on hoodies, you will find it on mugs, you will find it on tank tops, you will find it on posters, stickers, water bottles, and posters.
Aprons.
I don't have aprons. The guy I'm using for my integration with Amazon doesn't have aprons. If they did, I would have aprons. But what I'm saying is, like the other day, I saw one T-shirt that was the Mermon shirt, and I saw about 5 minutes later, I got another ring that I saw one on my Seller Central that was a sticker for the same design. I knew that those two were sold together. It was just logical. They sold together. Of course, I wasn't gonna get the sale because the sale went through Amazon, but I'm starting to brand now. So for me in Etsy, I have to brand, and I don't want them to, to connect me with a spammer. Somebody's gonna have 3,000 designs just because they're what 10
That's
cents.
not Etsy.
10 cents a listing. I don't want to. I mean, even if I have 1,000, it's only what $100 or something like that.
220 cents a listing.
20 cents a listing, so it's $200. I mean, yes, it's not money when we're talking about the revenues we're making here, but it's the spamming. I don't want that. I mean, actually, to be honest, I don't really think I want that in my merch anymore. I think I'm wasting too much money on shirts that are used. Yes, they cost me $5 a design, and if I sell one, I make my money back, but probably only sell one or two in their lifetime. And honestly speaking, to spend $5 on a design just to sell one or two in their lifetime is not a very good return on my investment anymore. I'm starting to see my merch by Amazon differently now. I'm starting to think more towards quality than quantity, and a good quality. I mean, the bad thing is all these tools are Merch Informer, where people find a good seller and then they copy you.
They destroy it.
Then they destroy it. So I cannot. I'm in that conundrum right now when I'm like, okay, do I want quality or do I want quantity? Because if I have quantity, I don't have to worry about I don't have to worry about anybody stealing. If I sell one of each shirt a month, and I sell 500 shirts of those, I sell 500 shirts in that month. Whatever, if it sells more than once ever, it meets my monthly, sales or whatever. But if I have quality only and only focus on 500 designs and those 500 get stolen, I'm done. I lost everything there. So it's one of those situations that I'm trying to understand. Where do I really want to go on my merch by Amazon? Do I want quality or quantity? Because I'm starting to get really bored of uploading shirts every day.
Oh, you're telling me. That's why I'm really liking Etsy right now. It's a whole different pace.
It's a lot easier, man. It's a lot easier, and I'm in love with Etsy right now, and I'm actually in conversations right now with eBay to see if they will. I had a free store for 6 months for all my listings, and I didn't use it. So I'm right now talking to them to see if they can reactivate that offer, if I can use it, so that I can move all my, I can integrate my Amazon to my eBay. And I can start selling on eBay for Q4, because I like that it's immediate cash flow. But I'm trying to see if they will let me do it with no insertion fee cost. I have an account manager, so hopefully they would agree for me to create about 4,000 listings for free. They offer me a 10,000 store one time, and I never used it. So hopefully this time they will let me go, because I don't want to. I mean, what is the cost on eBay per listing? What, 30 cents?
I'm not sure what eBay is. I don't do much eBay.
Yeah, it can get expensive very fast in eBay, and then they charge insertion fees. I think it's 30 cents. And in eBay, you need to go with a volume, otherwise you won't sell absolutely nothing. You need to go with a huge volume. So I'm on talks with them right now. Hopefully I will get an answer pretty soon. If you didn't know, eBay was snatching Shopify store owners early this year. They were going through every single store owner that was selling apparel or toys or stuff like that. They were going and offering them a free eBay store, and they will give them an account manager, and they will give you a free store. And if, for example, I had my eBay, I was only allowed to have 1,000 products at any time, and I was only allowed to have $5,000 in sales a month. It was very crappy. That's why I never did eBay anymore. They changed the rules that you had to show that you had the volume, the sales, and they will start tearing you up like in Merch by Amazon. So this guy said, okay, I'll give you 10,000 units, and it was like $100,000 a month limit sales. It was far more than I needed, and they were giving free stores and all the stuff. They were even giving you the integration for, it's called InkFrog. InkFrog.
There's so many print-on-demand sites out there.
No, it's called. Okay. It's InkFrog. InkFrog is actually not for print on demand. It's for connecting Amazon to eBay, and it's extremely cheap. It's like $12 a month or something like that. Give me a second. It's the competition to Joe Lister,
Okay.
but it's very crappy. I mean, it's like Joe Lister is like driving a Cadillac. This one is driving a Beetle. It's $29 a month, and you can have unlimited listings, connecting from either your Shopify store to eBay or from Amazon to eBay.
They also do some other stuff that looks like.
Yeah, let me put the link here. And it's not an affiliate link, guys, so don't worry.
Looks like they do big commerce now.
I don't know. I have an account. They gave it to eBay. Gave me this account for free for 1 year. Actually, was for a year for life. I don't remember, but they gave it to me for free. So you have a good volume, sales. You maybe you'll get lucky. You call eBay and ask for an account manager to see if they will give you a deal, because they were giving those early this year to everybody who had a Shopify or an Amazon account and was willing to give eBay a shot. I mean, I did connect a couple items, but my brand took a little longer than I expected to launch, so I couldn't do it right away. But in Q4, and to connect, to integrate eBay in Amazon with that tool, it's like a couple hours. It's very, 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 very fast.
So I see there's 5 people watching this. I want to know what all 5 of you guys are doing right now. What are you working towards?
Oh, we had a lot more people earlier. We've been going.
That's what I like asking people. What are you working towards? Let's see here. 5 people watching. I see Monty's watching, but I'm not sure what he's working on. He might be working on a graphic for me. But I could see this show turning very big. I like the idea behind it. And
well, we didn't even give people warning. I mean,
yeah.
it wasn't really advertised. Billy, my Etsy store. There you go. Another Etsy.
Love Etsy.
Have you sold anything, Kyle, on Etsy yet?
Let's see what he says. I know Monty's starting to sell.
Yeah, I know Monty's selling.
Uploading new designs to Etsy. Yeah. Sounds like a common thing. People, it's 11 o'clock on the East Coast.
I'm telling you, right now, Etsy, everybody wants to date Etsy.
So, no sales yet, Kyle. You'll get there.
Yeah, you will get there. You start, honestly, the sales didn't happen to me until I got to about 70 listings. And and actually you were right, about 120 clicks. And about 120 clicks, I got my first sale at 116 click. So it was around that neighborhood too. So, and my second was around my 200 click. And then now it's starting to come more.
Because you got that first sale.
Yeah, it's starting to come more fluent. But the first one was around the 120 click.
I know a thing or two.
Yeah.
I try my best.
Let me ask you this. You are young, right? Do you have any problem with people actually getting, when you are a designer, right? And you offer your services, you offer your tools. You have a lot of, you're doing now influential marketing in a way by administering your own, group with Monty. Has people giving you any, let's put it this way, any shit for being young?
More than you probably believe. People have bought mine and Monty's books or extensions, have contacted me for designs, and they'll be talking to me, asking me what tier I'm at, how long I've been doing it, and everything. And then they'll either purchase something or about to, let's just say, purchase designs from me. And they kind of get to the point where they look at my profile picture, see my age, ask me my age. I tell them I'm 20, and then they kind of just slowly back away and close the door. So it happens quite often.
It hasn't hurt you anything, has it? You're still growing.
I don't let it affect me. If someone wants to walk away because of my age, well, that's on them. But at some point, they're going to see my group is growing and growing and growing. Mine and Monty's group is just growing and growing and growing. There's a reason for that. Just because I'm 20, that doesn't define I can't do things because I'm young.
I don't think it has nothing to do with the internet. I mean, you go probably to a corporation, where ages of experience probably matter. Yeah, if you go and say I'm 20 and I'm gonna change this company, probably people will say, yeah, right, dude. You mean you don't even know how this works, right? You have to earn your dues and stuff like that. It's a whole different mentality when it comes to that. I have noticed that here in this industry with Merch by Amazon and all this stuff is that people don't see this as a business. They see this as, I'm going to jump into this wagon of this, let's make some quick money scheme kind of deal. It's Merch by Amazon. It's free message, and they don't value it as a business. So when they see a young guy doing something great, that they dismiss it. They don't value it. To me, it gives the balance. For example, I'm almost cool. I mean, I'm 40. I have kids that are now in junior high. To me, in order to understand what a millennial actually wants on a shirt, I wouldn't be able to do it if I didn't have, connections with people that are, in that age and, in the move in that environment.
It's pretty surprising how it goes.
You will be surprised, Kyle, how many people don't see this as a business. And actually, that's the whole purpose why I created my course that I have, is because I created as a business course more than a print on demand course, is to change people mentality that this business is a business, and that you have to treat it like that, because people see it like, let's put it this way. When have you seen somebody opening a pharmacy and calling, Big Pharma and say, hey, I'm going to open a pharmacy tomorrow and I want free medications. I'm going to call Coca-Cola and I'm going to say, hey, I want free Cokes, I want free refrigerators, I want free everything. And then calling Radio Shack saying, I want free cash registers and I want free rent too, because, I want to open a business. So I want everybody to give me free stuff. And I'm going to sell very, very slow because, you know what, I'm new and I'm learning. And I'm going to start doing this my way, okay? And I don't want you guys pressuring me or giving me any legal advice or anything at all. So I'm going to start selling my medicine to whatever junkie comes in, the door and says, hey, I want to get some medicine. And you know what? The medicine is $19.99, but because I want to start having my first customer, I'm going to have it to you for $11.99. And you see how ridiculous that sound? I mean, that is how people sound in Merch by Amazon. Well, I want a free software. I want a free platform. I want a free tool to do this. And, and I want free advice, and I want free. And they don't value what they got, because everything they want is free. And they want free training as well. I want to learn the free GIMP by free training. And I want free graphics and free fonts. Right?
That's true. So here's the thing. Monty and I could have made the Etsy lister free. We could have made Merch Check free. We could have made the book free. Anything we've ever sold. We don't put something out unless we think someone's going to gain value from it. Because if we don't think anybody's going to gain value from it, it's pointless to put out. It'll ruin our names. People won't buy again from us. But we usually set a very reasonable price for whatever you get. And when someone buys something, it makes them look at it more as a business. It makes them actually want to use it because they paid for it. I have so many free things on my computer I've never even opened. It was free, so I downloaded it. Things I've bought, I've at least looked through.
Oh yeah, I have so many free stuff that I don't even know what they are. I have so many Chrome extensions that, oh, this one looks good. I add it, and then I delete it because I never remember what I got it for. To me, it was, I mean, there's some free extensions that I use, you know, like the one that Hamza made, the merge tools. I cannot live with that one. I mean, that's a free one that I truly enjoy using. I mean, of course, there are some free tools that you can use, right? And I'm not bashing the people that want free stuff. What I'm saying is people don't value this as a business. That was just an example, and I probably went too sarcastic on it. But it's the whole perception you get, you know, when you start talking about this, you know, like merch is not, merch can be free in a way if you do every single design and you don't value your own time.
Well, if you don't value your own time, you shouldn't be trying to start a business.
You know, I mean, as I said earlier, to me, my time is worth $50 an hour. If I don't make $50 an hour, it's worthless to do something. So to me, to be spending time doing a design that's going to take me 25 minutes, that the design is going to cost me $25. To me, that design is too expensive. I outsource it. I do not need to be doing designs. I am not the best designer in the world. I shouldn't be wasting my money designing.
If you can outsource it and to hit your $50 mark, that's what matters. You have to set your goal, and don't set a goal so low or so high. You're either going to blow past it and be satisfied, or you're just never going to reach it. I want to make $5 million a month on it merch. Not going to happen.
Not a merch.
So set a goal, and you have to go for it.
There are platforms where you can make that much money. Well, in sales, anyways, you can make $5 million in sales in other platforms. Yes, because I know a couple of people that make that much money on their platforms, but they spend probably a good $1 million in advertising, you know, a month, you know, Facebook ads, and they make a lot of money. But their email list, their Facebook pages are huge. I mean, huge. Going back to the value of an email list, you know, if we were to put a value of, you know, $1 per each email subscriber, that's how much your email list is worth. You know, and there's actually some saying that people actually value an email at $1. So you have a 10,000 email list, you have $10,000 in value right there, and that can convert 24, you know, as you use them. And the thing is, you have to keep adding because people keep dropping from them, and you have to keep using it. It's very interesting once you get into that area of marketing. It's a whole different world out there. We're going in an hour now, and I think this was fun for a pilot show. What else do you want to add? Do you want to sing? It's a talk show after all. It's supposed to be a talk show, man. So
are you going to start adding in games?
Eh?
Are you going to start adding in games?
Yeah, probably next time you probably can come in a Speedo and start doing some weird stuff here. I don't know.
I don't think that's going to happen.
No? Maybe we should bring somebody to sing here, background. I don't know. I mean, what type of talk show this is if we don't have variety?
That's true. Let's create some games for it.
Yeah, let's do something about it. What should we do here? I need a band. What about a band?
A mariachi band?
I'm no Mexican, dude.
That sounds bad.
But I'm not. Anyways, you lost my thought of process, my whole thought of stupidity that was going on right now, and I blame you for that. But anyways, let's start wrapping this up. Guys, you have any questions? I mean, we cover probably a lot of nothing and probably nothing of a lot. But any questions before I tell Jacob that it's time for him to go to bed?
I'll be up for probably next 4 or 5 hours working. So
I still have probably about 4 hours. I actually need to work in a funnel. Actually need to go and finish my homework from the Dan Henry course, and then I'm gonna work on the funnel. Good course. You guys can spend $1,000. It's a very good course. The FAFE, Facebook Ads for Entrepreneurs. That's very good course.
I'm going to be working on website all night. So.
All right, man. I'll let you go. Thank you guys for watching. I mean, I know we had a lot of people here today. Very well for the first one. I don't know if we're going to have one tomorrow. I know we have Michael. I forgot how you pronounce his last name. Michael Gao, or man, I feel dumb. We will have Michael Gual on Thursday. That he has already been confirmed, and we will have Holly Helder with him as well. We will. My goal is to have at least 3 of these a week. I won't do it on Friday, but if we can have 4, hey, let's have 4. And I'll thank you for your time, and it's gonna get just better once that we get more feeling of what we're gonna be doing. It's gonna be more flow. I want to thank you, Jacob, for fixing his dial up and being here without getting frozen. It was nice. We tested it for quite a while.
Thank you for having me. I'm glad you took the talk show comment and made something out of it. Now monetize it.
Yeah, let's do something about it. At least it's fun. At least it's gonna break my routine of every day just doing something, and we can talk about it. And if somebody can get help out of these conversations, hey, what best than that, right?
This is something also I was thinking. Monty messaged me, and I asked him like, "How are we doing?" Making sure like the quality was good and stuff. And he said, "Loving it, watching it in the background." So that's something I really like about these things. You can throw them on in the background, listen, and keep working.
Yeah, you don't have to watch our ugly faces the whole time. I mean, you can put them like background music and listen to, and probably get 1 or 2 ideas. If you can get one good takeaway from 1 hour conversation with 2 guys, that is worth your time. If you can actually implement it in your business, that is with the mentality I go to any convention, anything like that. If I can just take one takeaway that pays my whole ticket, it was worth my assistance. I want to thank you, Jacob, and
thank you.
We'll talk to you later. Thank you, guys.